Hey, I'm Kim with Joyful Stitches, and I've had a lot of people ask me lately, how do they get started with machine embroidery, like home embroidery? And so I thought I would put together a list of 5 things that would help you to get started. First of all is the machine. If you don't have an embroidery machine, you want to get the best machine that you can afford. For home embroidery, that means a single needle machine. It'll do tons of projects. You can make all kinds of things for yourself and for other people. So choose a brand maybe that has a dealer in your town that can give you service and tips and classes. There are lots of brands. There's Husqvarna Viking, there's Baby Lock, there's a Brother, lots of different brands that you could go with. So just choose one that has a local shop, a local dealer who could help you as you learn. Generally, I would suggest getting the best machine you can afford. The less expensive machines tend to not perform as well as some of the more expensive machines. So without overdoing it, just get what you can afford, and you can always upgrade later. That's how I started out years and years and years ago, is I got a single needle machine that I learned the ins and outs of and learned how to work and learned how to do everything on, and I used it for a really long time, and then I gradually upgraded until now I have multi-needle commercial machines, but I also have a commercial embroidery business along with my design business. So starting out, you just need the best machine you can afford. A single needle is awesome. It'll do just about anything you want it to do. The second thing is supplies. You want to have thread in lots of colors in stock so that when you sit down to do a design, you already have the colors you need. I would suggest for home embroidery that you use a brand, use like the same brand all the time so that you can get threads at your local shop or your local Hobby Lobby or Joann's, whatever store might be in your area that sells machine embroidery thread, and do get thread that is specifically for machine embroidery. It'll perform the best, you'll have less thread breaks, and that'll work best. Also, the reason to use a consistent brand and a local supplier is if it's 9 o'clock at night or whatever, and you're working on a project and you run out of blueberry blue that you're using on a project, you can just run to the store and get that color. Otherwise, if you're using a brand maybe that you bought on Amazon or something, although it's a great price, if you run out, you might not be able to get that exact color. So it's worth it, I think, to get local threads so that you can be consistent with your colors and the kind. So that's a good idea. Other supplies you want to keep on hand would be stabilizers. And there's a lot to learn about stabilizers. Maybe I'll do another video on that sometime soon. But there's the 3 main types would be cutaway stabilizer, tearaway, and water soluble. Now, tearaway is great for projects like blankets and towels and things like that, because you actually stitch it and you literally tear it away from the back, and so it goes away on the back, and of course you can still see your stitching on the back, but you don't have bulky stabilizer that has to stay there. Then cutaway is great for wearables. Anything you're going to wear and you're going to wash over and over again, you need to use a cutaway stabilizer. It just holds it together better. And it'll keep stability with your stitches. So say you're making any baby item like onesies and burp cloths, bibs, use a cutaway because you're gonna want the stability. Onesies, especially in t-shirt fabrics, are really stretchy, and when you stitch on them, it's not gonna look right. I can't tell you how many emails I get from people who say, there's something wrong with this design, the outline's off. No, it's really not. You need to stabilize. So usually with cutaway stabilizers, and I will do another video later, but you're gonna wanna maybe even use 2 or 3 layers of a cutaway and some spray adhesive, and then put your fabric on top. But I'll talk about that procedure another time. But cutaway is definitely for anything you're gonna wash and wearables. Then water soluble is a clear, it looks kind of like plastic stabilizer, and I use that like when I do towels or blankets or fleece Sherpa, anything that's got like a pile to it or a nap, you know, it like sticks up. So what you do is you lay that on top, like on a towel, for example, and it smooths out the little loops when you're stitching so they don't poke up through the threads, and it'll just look better. So it's good to keep some of that on hand. The third thing, when you're getting started with embroidery at home, that you need is a space. You need a place to do your embroidery. Okay, everybody that I know that sews wants a room that's just for sewing. And if you have that, that's amazing. But if you don't, if you're getting started out or you just don't have the space for that, just try having like a table, a small table in your, maybe your guest room where you keep all your things together, your machine and your threads, your stabilizers, your hoops, all the things that you need right there. And that would work. Or maybe you have a closet where you can set up a little space just inside where you keep everything together in one spot, and it's easy to get to and work with. I've even seen people transform closets to where when they open the door, they've got this cute little office set up. You know, you could do something like that. Just have your desk there and your machine and everything ready to go. Or you could take like I've seen people even use like an old computer armoire that has double doors and it opens up and it has like a pull-out desk for typing. You could do that and put your machine on that and slide it in and out every time and have all your threads right there and all your supplies. So that the reason I say to have a dedicated area is when you get ready to stitch something, it's just nice to have it all together. You don't have to get everything together and then plan your project and do it. So it's just better to have it all in one spot. One thing about hoops I didn't mention, I should have when I was talking about choosing a machine. Bear in mind that most of the low-end machines only come with like a 4" by 4" hoop. That is great getting started, and if you're just going to do small projects, that's perfect. But most of us outgrow that pretty fast and want the next size up, which is usually a 5x7 hoop. So you might want to keep that in mind when you're selecting a machine. Make sure it has the capability to have larger hoops. Okay, let's see, we talked about space. Have blanks available. And by blanks, I mean things that don't have any stitching on them that you could use for gifts. So like maybe t-shirts or tote bags or baby onesies, burp cloths, things like that, that you find, like maybe you find them on sale somewhere at Hobby Lobby or wherever you're shopping. Buy a couple and just put them in a basket or a box and keep them nearby. That way when you need to do a gift for somebody, you've got them there and you can just pick a super cute design, stitch it out, and you got it together. Or if you sew or you're crafty or a DIYer like me, maybe you want to make things. You could like make burp claws really quick. I can make 4 or 5 in no time flat and have them available. Or I don't make onesies because it's not really cost effective, but I like to keep those available. Or, you know, little baby blankets or, you know, things that you can sew, napkins, table runners, whatever you might want to embroider on. Just make a few blanks of your own and it's a lot more cost effective, and you'll have them available when you want to make something. Also, let's see here, be creative. Embroidery is so much fun. It's so amazing. You can sew things, you can embroider things, you can buy blanks and make them great. You can make gifts for your friends or hostess gifts when you're going to a party. Or if you have kids, you can make birthday presents. And we all know you can go broke buying birthday gifts for kids for parties. So if you can make them yourself, you're going to save a lot of money. And the gifts are even better. They're personalized. The kids are going to love them. The moms are going to love them. You're going to be the head of the party. Not that that's the object, but hey, it's going to be okay. And you're going to be able to make a lot of things that now you have to go out and buy. And it's just easier. And the gifts are more fun and they're better. And it's going to be awesome. YouTube is your friend. If you're starting out, watch YouTube videos, you know, search whatever. If you want to make a embroidered baby bib, I guarantee if you search that, you're probably going to find a video. So find you some videos, watch them, learn how to do it. Your machine brand, whatever it is, that maker, hopefully has got some videos out there for you to watch and learn how to do different techniques and things. Or you know, email me, kim@joyfulstitches.net, and I'll be happy to answer questions when I can and help you get started. Also, if you need designs, I have no website where you can get those. joyfulstitches.net or kimthompsonembroidery.com. I sell hundreds of designs. I've been selling designs since 2007, so jump on there, grab a cup of coffee, look through them. You're sure to find something that you'll enjoy, something that you like that'll work for your project. So I would be honored if you would visit the site and find some designs that you'd love. They're all downloadable, so as soon as you buy, you can download them and stitch them out. Oh, that's one other thing about machines I forgot to mention. you want to be sure you find out how to transfer designs from your computer to your machine. Now, most of the modern machines will use USB sticks. Makes it super easy, but you're going to need software on your computer to recognize embroidery designs. It won't just, it's just like, you know, when you use Word or something, you have to file extensions that go with that program. So you're going to need to have some kind of software that you can transfer your designs from the computer to the machine, and usually it's USB stick. Just make sure. Especially if you think about buying a used machine, make sure you know and understand, because some of them are outdated and the technology's not great. So it's probably better to go with a newer machine that does use USB sticks. Just makes you in a better position technology-wise to continue using that machine and to transfer your designs. So thank you so much for watching the video. I hope this helps you get started in machine embroidery. There's so much you can do, and I just know you're gonna love it.